Bickley and Marotta Mornings. Arizona Sports. The local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
There is a strange and uncomfortable trend in Arizona. Our reputation as a sports host continues to sparkle. Our ability to host big events continues to soar. And yet our reputation as a sports town beginning to crack at the foundation. Our first super team was swept out of the playoffs. In fact, the Suns have the 5th best winning percentage in NBA history. And yet they have the longest drought of any franchise that doesn't have a title. The Cardinals have the longest drought of any franchise in North America, a franchise that is 2 cities removed from their only championship in 1947. We lost our NHL franchise to Salt Lake City, along with our major league status as a sports town. And in terms of sports that matter to the masses, namely baseball, football, men's and women's basketball, ASU has hit rock bottom as an 11th place program. Even the Diamondbacks tried their best to assure a great encore season, and they've been afflicted with injuries and mediocrity, as if the sports gods need to remind us of our place in the grand scheme. In fact, if the Timberwolves win an NBA championship this year, we're going to plummet all the way below Minneapolis on that list of sports towns. Remember, Minnesota is the rare sports town to have an NBA team first, just like Phoenix, and their football team is also yet to win a Super Bowl. But if they beat us to the Larry O'Brien Trophy, it will be another painful reminder of who we really are, a sports town much better at putting out a welcome mat than we are at hanging banners. All right, today's Bickley Blast brought to you by my great friends at Chapman BMW. Find them online at chapmanbmw.com.
It really is amazing, Bick. You know, the old saying is the sun shines on every dog's behind once in a while.
Should happen every once in a while.
We get more sunshine in this city than anybody, but it's not hitting our dogs' behind.
And you know, I was thinking about this, and it's almost like the condition that we criticize ASU for is a condition that afflicts the entire market, that there's success all around the edges. Our niche sports are fantastic. Our ability to host, like I said, we've now up to 4 Super Bowls, a Final Four, you name it, we host it. NASCAR championship, PGA Tour stop, it's all there. And yet the stuff that what really matters, the football team and the basketball franchise and the baseball team, and the Diamondbacks have been a rare exception, but when you're talking NFL and NBA, you combine the Suns with the Cardinals in terms of seasons without a championship in Arizona, that number gets pretty big. We're talking about 2 of the top 12 longest droughts in all of sports. And so
come on, that number's only 92.
Yeah, right. and again, now that we've lost a hockey team, right? And now that we're back to what do we got here? Where is that parade going to come from now?
Yeah,
right?
it just seems like, too, when you look at, and it's not a healthy way to go through life is being envious of others, but when you look at other sports markets, and in recent years, we've seen a swell for Tampa, Boston, Philly's had their moments, New York, obviously, Dallas is having a moment right now. Yeah. Los Angeles obviously has had several moments. When is it going to be our turn?
That's exactly the question.
2021 appeared to be the year that it was going to be. Suns made it to the finals.
Yep.
The Mercury made it to the WNBA finals. The Cardinals made the playoffs, and here we are 3 years later.
Yeah, and here we are.
Even last year, the Diamondbacks made the World Series, and then we were going into a Sun season that was as hyped as any Sun season ever.
Yeah. That's right. And so every time it has felt like we were stacking good teams and stacking championship windows of opportunity, something bad happens. I've never seen anything like it.
Even with the 4 teams, which obviously we had 4 teams until very recently, it was so rare to have 2 teams championship level at the same time. Not all 4, just 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
Look at Denver. I mean, come on.
Yeah, really. Avalanche, Nuggets recently. I mean, they still have the Rockies.
Whoops.
Well.
When we talk about and we do it a lot on this show, the Valley sports fan condition, the word curse immediately comes up. Ah, we're cursed. I don't believe in curses. Why would this market be cursed and not others? I do believe in energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's wise to believe in that either, but I feel like the victim mentality that the Valley sports fan puts out there a lot has led to an energy in this city.
And
It's like
I
you almost
agree with that.
expect the worst, you know?
Well, and I'm gonna double down because I do think there's an element of that. I think there's also an element of detachment that is something that is very unique to this market. One of my big issues with the Valley and Arizona, it isn't the place, it's the people. And by that I mean this. It feels like so many people are here from elsewhere and they're all here to take from what Arizona has to offer. The great weather, the sunshine, the resorts, the golf courses. When things get bad, they're gone. They're in San Diego. They're going back to Minnesota. They're going wherever. So they're not necessarily here during the bad times. There's a lot of taking from what we do well as a state. There's not a lot of putting back in the communal. There's not a lot of putting back in terms of let's make this a collective identity. It's part of the reason why I've been harping for years about this Jerry Colangelo statue. We need to start honoring the people and the things that make us special to build that energy, to make it less of a grifter kind of state where everybody comes here, yeah, cool, yeah, I did a staycation, yeah, I played golf, see ya. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm a Cubs fan. I've been here 20 years, but I still cheer for the Cubs. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of taking and not a lot of putting back in terms of emotional capital.
But I also don't know if, Phoenix has been a professional sports market since 1968. That's a really long time. It was a one-sport town for a really long time. Since, the late 90s. It's been a real major league city.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder, and I think about this stuff a lot. I'm not going to be here in 100 years, obviously, but I'd love to fast forward 100 years, assuming that human life still exists on this planet. What the sporting condition in Phoenix will be. I don't know if you ever get past that. Does the fact that this is a place where others from around the country congregate and live, does that ever change? How much does weather affect that in the next 100? There's so many things that go into it.
Yeah,
I think about this stuff all the time.
We have grown dramatically as a grassroots sports market. When you think about, when I came here in 98, it would be a rare day when we would produce an athlete that made it to the pros, that was a 5-star recruit, that was capable of going to Alabama or Florida State or whatever. Now we are loaded. We are a fertile ground for young talent. Are we not? Mm-hmm. I mean, you can do the Austin Matthews to the Cody Bellingers all the way down.
Brock Purdy?
Yeah, Brock Purdy. And there's just more and more of them coming. There's many more generational people who have grown up here, but their parents didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's someday it's going to change. Hopefully while we're still here.
Running out of time.
Can you hurry up here? Can you move up the timetable here?
Let's go. Well, we're not so young.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Murata. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.